Welcome back to the Force9 YouTube channel. Welcome back to an Andalusian adventure with Sevilla on Football Manager 2017. Today we play the second leg of the Supercopa after a 2-1 defeat at Nou Camp. And then we have our first game in La Liga. It's an away game against newly promoted Almeria. Stay tuned at the end of the video where you can vote for what will be my next series. Once this season is finished with Sevilla, I'll be moving on to something else. And I'm letting you guys decide. So stay tuned for that at the end of the video and I'll talk about that. We are actually in the market for one player, and it's been taken charge of by my director of football because our transfer budgets are still frozen. As you can see, we can't shift them at all, and I'm not sure why. And it's nothing to do with finances, as someone said, because if you look at my finances, we have £64 million balance. So I'm not quite sure what's wrong, but yeah, I need it sorted out because I want to buy players. But anyway, let's jump into today's first game. It's a home game against Barcelona, where we need to beat them if we want the Supercopa. So we need to try and put out the best team we can. Unfortunately, Lucas Vazquez is still out with his fractured wrist. I mean, the conditioning is 78%, so he just can't play full stop. So we're going to start Walter Montoya. We'll have Alejandro Pozzo on the bench. Franco Vazquez, though, close to a return, so we'll bring him onto the bench. This is the team we've gone with. Geronimo Rulli in goal, new goalkeeper, of course. Back four, Monreal, Carrizo, Remy and Carmona is unchanged. The only change I've made, actually, is Walter Montoya. That's the only player that's in. Actually, I'm going to make one more change. I'm going to move Proper a bit further down, and we'll bring Franco Vazquez. Do we start him straight away? Do you know what? Let's put Carlos Fernandez in that position there. He's okay there. Barcelona still no Luis Suarez. He's out for quite a while still. So their team is Cajon, Digne, Umtiti, Caldara, Roberto. I think that might be the same. Busquets, Neymar, Andre Gomez, Denis Suarez, Lucas Moura, and then Lionel Messi up top. On the bench, Lafont, Jensen, Elenia, Prieto, Sampa, Florenzi and Diaz. I think it's more or less the same sort of team. Let's just say go out there and impress me. Let's try that. Let's try and improve that though. Have a bit of faith. This is better. We're okay. Yeah, we've just got to beat them and hopefully not concede too many goals. That's basically it. So hopefully we can do so. Here is Montoya, Carmona to Iborra. Good passing play here, but we're not really moving forward. Fernandez to Iborra, and he's lost that to Gomez. Now Messi, well, trying to beat number 6 here, and he's still going, and the cross is in there, and Denis Suarez scores. So we were on the attack. We didn't really move forward. They got the ball, and they just scored straight away. There you go. I've got to say, at the moment, our team is significantly worse because we have only 2 strikers, and one of those really is not very good. I mean, Vieto's not even all that. He didn't score. I think he scored 15 last season. We're just really lacking in players because, you know, I've sold Nzonzi and we haven't bought in anyone just because our transfer budget's been kind of frozen as what it is. It's a bit of a shame. We've got loads of possession in this match, but we're not really doing anything. My keyboard's kind of messed up. I'm not sure why. We're going to try and control the game. We're going to exploit the flanks and work the ball into the box. And we're going to try and play a lower tempo. Just a little bit of change there. And then hopefully we don't concede a second here. Otherwise this will be over very quickly. Already now we have to score 2 to send it just to extra time. So we can't let them score again. Otherwise we're going to have way too much work to do. We've got to score 3 to go through now. I mean, do we try and attack? Do you know what? I'm going attacking. We've got loads of possession here. Now then Messi with a free kick. Plays it square to Neymar. Here's Messi again. Here's Denis Suarez. And the cross is deflected there. Carmona plays it out wide to Vitola. That's a good ball. But Vitola's lost that straight away there to Sergio Busquets. Not great at all. Now Barcelona again in possession. Andre Gomez to Lucas Moura. And now running down the flank. Here is Messi. He's got a number of players to beat. But he's still going and the shot is wayward. We've yet to hit the target with our 3 shots. Rui's goal kick is forwards. Headed by Umtiti. Here's Iborra to Montoya. Carlos Fernandez back to Iborra. Proper. Fernandez. Good ball to Vitolo there. Can he find Vieto? No, he's played it out wide to Montoya. Fernandez. Carmona. Iborra. Good passing here, but we're not doing anything with the ball. Proper. Carmona. This is better. Cross. It's not a good one, but he's got another one here. Vieto. He's got to be offside, surely. No, he's not offside. Okay. It's 1-1. 32 minutes in. This is better. I could have sworn he was offside. I mean, Umtiti put it back. Do you know what? I think Digne was just keeping him onside. Neymar to Andre Gomez. And now it's Lionel Messi. Now again, he's got a lot of players to beat. But so far, he's done so in the shot straight out, really. Coming towards half-time. 1-1. Not a bad scoreline at all. I mean, one more goal for us would take it to extra time. So really we need to score 2, because I think extra time, I think you'd favour Barcelona, although we did beat them in extra time in the Copa del Rey, so you never know. But so far, only the one shot on target for us. Barcelona have had 8. And Neymar, this could make it 9 shots. Gomez, though, it's Neymar, and it's saved well by Rulli. Barcelona with a couple of clear-cut chances that they haven't taken. Do you know, I think we haven't actually played that well today. We've been, as it said in the unlucky. Vitolo very quiet on that left-hand side. We're going to bring on Juanmi. First appearance of the season. So we can get something here. I mean, at the back we've been hit and miss. Carrizo not done too well. Carmona got the assist. That's why his rating's a bit higher. But we're not really doing a great deal today. I want to try and ask them, I don't know, maybe to push forwards. Let's try that. And I think we'll make another change actually. Carlos Fernandez not been involved too much today. Let's bring on Franco Vázquez. He's not in the best of condition, but good enough to play. We've got 10 minutes here. Now, at the moment, this won't be enough, so I feel like we have to go overload here. It's Barcelona have the ball. Sergio Roberto to Elenia. Here's Andre Gomez and Carrizo with a good tackle there. Now it's Juanmi to Vázquez. Luciano Vieto. Lost out there. Caldara to Jensen. Here's Digne. Now Neymar. 10 minutes left of normal time. There's still time to try and get a goal here. But here's Lionel Messi. Oh, just wide by Messi there. Time is running out here. Now, I've got 13 instructions set. That's probably too many. Play route 1. Going to pump the ball into the box. And close down much more. And then just go for broke here. We've got a corner here, though, late in the game. It's come back to Franco Vázquez. Deflected towards Juanmi. Here's Walter Montoya. Iborra. Back to Montoya. And it's towards goal, but a save by Cajon. Going to go for encourage, but very quickly run out of time here. I didn't want to do that. Never mind. 90 minutes played now. Here's Andre Gomez. Borra tries to win the ball, and it's just sneaked in. And it was Carlos Elenia with a goal right at the end. And that's pretty much game over now. 2-1 on the night. 4-2 on aggregate. We'd now have to score 3 to go through. And there's not enough time to do that. So we've lost the Super Copa, which is a shame. But I think we put up a good fight. We did okay. 2-1 over both legs. Wasn't that bad. I don't think we were disappointed. I would say, don't look back and worry about the result. We were unlucky there. And they seem happy with that. So that's okay. I'm not too disappointed with that. The Super Copa, it was a chance of a trophy and we didn't get it. That's all. So Almeria, the other game. Now we want to kick off the La Liga with a good start. A few players here that apparently are worth looking at. Not really though. Now, there's only a week left of the transfer window, and we really need to sign some players because our team at the moment is just not going to hack it. It's terrible. So these are our goals for this season. It's the same as every season. Reach the Champions League and get through our Champions League group. That's it. Now, the striker we might be signing is a little on the old side. I think he's 32. And wage-wise, I tried for him before and he wanted about £100,000 a week. He might be amongst all these, but we'll have a look through this. Also, before we go today, we'll have a look at our Champions League group stage draw as well, see who we get. Now, of course, as league winners, we'll be in the top pot. So, yeah, on paper, we should get a easier group. But that didn't happen last season because we got beaten twice by Spurs. Still nothing to report in the transfer window. Nothing's happening. And we still can't shift this, so I don't know what to do. We can't change budgets or anything either. Yeah, it's a mess. Okay, so for our first league game, the only change I'm going to make here is Franco Vázquez for Fernandez. I'll bring Lucas Vázquez back onto the bench. See, we've got no Steven Nzonzi. I'd really like to play him, but we sold him. That's the only changes I'm going to make there. This will be my team. Passionate, we're the favourites, so show me what you can do, and then to have a bit of faith, that should improve it. An away game against Almeria. Let's start La Liga, and hopefully it'll be a winning start. They've got a huge pitch. Sorry, hold on. Literally, this pitch is so big that I can't have this. Like, that's crazy. Okay, right, I've gotten rid of everything, because literally anything I have on the screen will just block the pitch, so I can't put anything on. They've got a player called Pozzo as well, and they're coming forward here. That's not supposed to happen. I have a shot, and it's saved. What we're going to have to do is, when we get to the in-between bits here, we'll have to put the match stats here. Because otherwise we won't be able to see him. At the moment, we're actually not winning in possession, and they've had the first shot of the game. Here we go. Franco Vazquez to Carrizo. This pitch is long, and it's also very narrow. So we've had a couple of really short pitches on the game, especially in La Liga, but this is by far the longest pitch I've had. Here's David Carmona to Franco Vazquez. Proper. Still got it. Here's Vitolo. Vieto. And he's through on goal. And that is 1-0 in 8 minutes. Vitolo's ball to Vieto was a really good one, actually. And then Vieto, with the left-footed shot, past the goalkeeper. It was a good goal, actually. Nicely taken. Here's Adil Rami. Here's Carmona. It's a good play again. Vitolo. Back to Carmona. Here's David Proper. Franco Vazquez. Vitolo. Oh, there's a goal! Vitolo with a finish. And in the 20th minute, it's 2-0. We're playing very well so far. This was a very interesting goal by Vitolo. I didn't want to see it in 3D, see just what happened. It looked like it was like a drilled finish. It was good. Yeah, nice finish by Vitolo. He's got some good goals in him. I mean, look at the volley from the final. Incredible. Here's Vieto to Walter Montoya. Vieto again. Bora. Oh, it's 3-0. Vicente Bora coming up with a goal. 23rd minute, we need 3-0. This is going to be a goal route, I think, unless we can't quiet down in the second half, which usually does happen if we go like 3-0 up in the first half. The second half, nothing happens. That's the norm, really. We've got a highlight straight from kickoff here, though. Franco Vazquez to Montoya. He's been dispossessed by Llamas. Here is Guerrero. Zongo out right, plenty of space. And Montoya snatched the ball there. Brilliant stuff. Vieto. Again, he's dispossessed. But Montoya with it to Proper. Franco Vazquez. Vitolo. And there's a foul by Marion. Could this be a card? It's a straight red card for Marion. They're 3-0 down. They're a man down. And we haven't even played 25 minutes yet. This is going to be an absolute thrashing. In fact, we're attacking. I want as many goals as I can get here. My record so far this save is 6-0. And that was against Real Betis. Let's see if we can get more than 6. Let's go for 7. Come on. Well, like I said, the rest of the half is just timed down. And it's almost half time. There we go. You know, we're 3-0 up. Keep going. Oh, shit. I just went, I'm not happy with the performance, and I fired them up. I didn't mean to do that, but it's actually kind of paid off. Do you know what? Turn the tempo up. Let's go shorter passing. And let's exploit the flanks. Let's try and get as many goals as we can. Maybe saying 3-0 is not enough. Maybe that's what they thought. They want more. We want more than 3. Let's give it a go. How many can we score? Well, almost 15 minutes into the half. No highlights yet. So, yeah. We're just quieting down this half. It's 70 minutes. We haven't had a highlight this half. I'm confused. Right. Let's bring on Roque Mesa for Franco Vazquez. Let's also bring on Diego Gonzalez for Ibora. 77 minutes. Literally, this half, there have been no highlights. In fact, I think they've probably had more shots than this half. 10 minutes left. I told you, 3-0 before half time, and we're quieting down in the second half. Literally, this half, there hasn't been a highlight. Although, there is a free kick here. Why is Carrizo on free kick? Sorry. I mean, I love Carrizo, but he's our captain, he's centre-back. He shouldn't be on free kicks. That's full time. Almeria 0, Sevilla 3. And that second half, literally nothing. A good win, well done. That's all I'll say. 3-0, I'll take it. But, you know, after the first half, I really wanted some more from the second half. We didn't get it. So it turns out that the player that I was trying to buy, the director, I hadn't even started it. I hadn't even added him as a transfer target. So let's see if it happens. Okay, so Carlos Bacca is the player that we're going for. He's a 32-year-old striker, but he's a good one. He's only offering 5.75 million. Wage we're offering him is 86. We'll wait and see if that's accepted or not, because he wanted over 100 before. Now, this is going to be interesting to see if they do actually go through with this. I just saw we've got Real Madrid next in the league. That's interesting. Because if we miss out on this, then we're going to have very limited time to get another one. Oh, who's this guy? Sorry. Did we buy this guy? We didn't, but he looks good. Oh, hello. Come to Papa. Who else wants him? There must be some other players in the market for him. Frankfurt and a Saudi team. Okay, right. We are making an offer for this guy. Not going to cost a lot, is he? No, let's just offer like 1 million, like straight up. Oh, there we go. That was easy enough. That was simple enough. Looks like we're going to get a young striker that looks like he could be a good one for the future, even though this is the last season. But at the end of the season, I'm going to do a couple of videos looking at what would happen after we left Sevilla, because this is our 4th and final season. So we'll have a look at what happens if we were to resign, see if they can keep up the league form and maybe even do better than we did. So the Champions League group stage draw. Now we're seeded first. Let's see who else we've got here. Bayern, Arsenal, Sevilla, Porto, PSG, Juventus, Chelsea and CSKA Moscow are in the top 8. Oh my god, there's some mad teams in here. So Real Madrid and Barcelona are in the second pot, but we can't get them. Or Atletico. So there's only 5 teams there we could get. 2 of them we've already been knocked out by. So, and we've already faced Benfica as well. Napoli would be nice. I haven't faced Napoli yet. In the third pot, we've got Liverpool and Inter, Lyon and Anderlecht, Kiev, Sporting, Olympiacos and Leipzig. There's a few dodgy ones in there. And then the fourth pot, Basel, Ajax, Celtic, Udinese, Galatasaray, Copenhagen, Salzburg and Rosenborg. So let's first of all see which group we are in. We are in Group F. So, second seeds. So, if we go up to the first 5, see who we've got left. So, it's going to be either Man United or Napoli. So, both teams that we've yet to face. This could be an interesting one. Who are we going to get? It's Manchester United. So that's quite an interesting one. Okay, I skipped a bit here. We've got Dynamo Kiev as well. Okay, this is going to be an interesting group. And then the final team is going to be either Basel, who we've already had. Udinese, I don't know a great deal about at this stage. Or Galatasaray. So it could be Basel again. It's Udinese. So yeah, that's going to be a difficult group. Man United and Dynamo Kiev. I mean, they're both very good. Let's have a look at United now. Who have they got? Mourinho's still in charge. Have they brought in any big players recently? So Man United actually haven't been that busy in the transfer market. What about Udinese? Let's have a look at Udinese. Have they got anyone interesting? And they've got Alex Merritt, key player, of course, a very highly rated goalkeeper. And of course, they've got their other goalkeepers, Shufei. They've got Ntep on loan. They've got some interesting players in Udinese. What about Kiev? Yarmolenko's still there. Teodosic is still a player. I mean, he must be getting on a bit now, Teodosic. He was only 28, younger than I thought he was. Alright, it's transfer deadline day. So we absolutely have to sign players and sign them now. I'm going to keep this a surprise. I'm not going to reveal who I'm going to be signing now. We'll wait till next episode to see who I bring in. But I do need to sign players, and badly. Okay, so next game is Real Madrid. We're not going to go straight into the next game, as much as Real Madrid is an important game. We are going to get into some Champions League football. So next episode will be an away game against Alaves. And then we will take on Dynamo Kiev in our home game. Barcelona are in there as well. I think we'll have to play those big teams later on in the season. Around, like, you've got January and March where you face them again, because they're our biggest rivals, but we're facing them quite early in the season and I don't want to do too many episodes too early, so we will definitely face them in the second half of the season. But next episode's Alaves away and a Champions League game against Dynamo Kiev. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, leave a like down below, leave in the comments, and if you want to see videos as and when they're turn up on YouTube, hit subscribe. And also in the description of this video you can see a link to a poll on Twitter where you can decide what sort of save I'll be doing after Sevilla. You've got a choice of a national save, which might be England or it might be another team, I haven't decided yet. It could be like a European team that maybe hasn't done as well as people would think. Or it will be a team that has been either promoted to the Premier League or relegated to the Championship, but with an updated database. So for example, I would take charge of Brighton, but use the database where they're in the Premier League. So it would potentially be the 17-18 season, but in FM17. Basically what that's going to be. I think that one might win because, you know, it's mostly interesting a lot. International saves tend to be quite boring to some people. I'd try and put a twist on it, definitely, but people just don't seem to be that interested in them. And yeah, otherwise it would just be like a European team that haven't done as well as people would think, or an English team that have been moved up a division or moved down a division. That's going to be my next save, my final save of FM17 before FM18 comes along. But that's it for today. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.